Go to college, they said. It'll be fun, they said. It'll get you a job, they said. Well, it's a lie. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is just going to be a kind of sit down advice video for those of you who are in the same situation as me as a recent college graduate and you have no clue what's next. So if this is something that interests you, stay tuned and let's get into the video. Alright, so a little background information on me. I am 23 and I just graduated from the University of Texas in May. And yeah, I'm jobless and it's horrible, y'all. It's horrible. And it's really funny because the weeks leading up to your graduation and even right after graduation, you're like, yeah, I just graduated. I'm a boss. I'm an educated Betty. I'm about to get me a job. I'm about to be making bank. And then a month will pass, then another month, then another month, and you're like, I still don't have a job. I'm running real low on money. I'm back home at mama's house, and I'm not sure what to do. Like, what do I do? And this feeling really sucks if you're a person like me who, I was in school for 5 years, and 4 out of those 5 years, I had a job. Which means I was independent. I rarely ever called my parents for money. There was times where I kind of didn't budget correctly and I was like, hey mama, can you pay my rent this month? But that was maybe one time a year. So going for somebody who never depended on anybody and just was fully independent, whenever I wanted to go shopping, I went shopping. Whenever I wanted to run up a check on something, I ran up a check on something. If I wanted to go on vacation, I took myself on vacation. Never needing to use my parents for anything, to coming home and being like, you know what, mama, I have these bills and I don't have a job and I don't know how I'm going to pay it, and your parents having to help you. It sucks. But I promise you, it's not the end of the world. And life will get better. So if you find yourself in this situation, the number one advice I can give to you is to just have faith. Have faith and know that your time is coming, and know that everything happens for a reason. You may not have a job now, but that just may be that your time is not now. And you just have to talk to God or whoever your higher power is and figure out what plan do you have for me, and what is it that you want me to achieve during this time where you're giving me off. That's what I told myself. For me, I found that I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I never fathomed that I would ever start it, and look at me now. That's what I'm chunking this time off as. God wanted me to do something that I thoroughly enjoy doing, and so He showed me and gave me the time to do it. You have to have faith and know that your time is coming. In a time like this, I would say the worst thing you could do is lose faith, because honestly, the moment you lose faith is when you start giving up. You have no hope, and you don't have the perseverance to keep going, and that is not going to help your situation at all. Because when you give up, you start saying, why am I going to apply to this job? I ain't going to get it anyway. Or you don't have confidence going into your interviews because you're like, they're just going to give it to somebody anyway, so why try? Do not give up. Have faith. Know that your time is coming, and again, the time that you're having off, or the hard times that you're having, are only to build you up and mold you into the person God wants you to be, so that when you get to where you're supposed to be, you're the best person you're the best person for the position. The next thing I would say during this time period, you have to learn how to balance your confidence and your humbleness, and you have to know that you are now back at the bottom of the totem pole. When you were in college, you started off at the bottom of the totem pole and you made your way to the top once you became a senior. And you're like, yeah, I'm at the top. I'm this. I got my diploma. I'm big balling, shot calling. I'm this big man on campus. I'm this and that. Only to graduate, and now you're at the bottom of the totem pole because you either have no work experience or you have little to none. And so now you don't know anything, and you're the new fish in the big pond of fish, and you have to learn. So when you go on these job interviews, you have to remain that confidence in knowing that, yes, I may not have any experience at this position, but I know that I can get the job done. I know that I'm a good learner. I know that I'm a quick learner, and I know that I'm dedicated to learning and being the best person I can be. So no matter what you throw at me, I can get the job done. While at the same time, you have to remain that humble person where you're like, I just graduated from UT. I deserve $60,000 and up. But really, they like, we're going to give you $20,000. You better take it. or we gonna give it to somebody else. And you have to know that sometimes you have to start at the bottom to get back to the top. So yes, it's going to be hard coming out of school and you're like, I just want to move out of my parents' house. How the heck am I gonna move out making $11.50 an hour and rent costs by $1,200, $1,300? How am I gonna make it work? You have to make sacrifices, and you have to know that starting at the bottom may suck at the time being, but eventually you will work your way up to the top and you'll be what you want to be. Next up, my last piece of advice for those who are looking for is you gotta be hungry. Hungry, hungry, hungry. I can't tell you how many times where I've spent literally over like 5 hours applying to jobs every single day. It's not, oh, I'm gonna apply one job here or I'm gonna apply one job here. No, you need to apply to every job that you seem qualified for. Apply to it, because at the end of the day, what do you have to lose? At this point, you have nothing to lose. If you sit at home and not apply to anything, you're not going to get a job. However, if you apply to 50 jobs every day, you're increasing your chances of getting a call back and getting a job. So you have to be hungry and you have to be diligent about getting a job. A friend of mine who actually has a YouTube channel, I'll link it down below, actually just put out a video, and in it she said faith without work is dead, which comes from the Bible, but it's very true. You can have all the faith you want in the world, but if you're not putting in the hard work to get to where you want to be, you're never going to get there. So yes, we can have faith and not lose hope about being this super badass boss that we want to be. However, we have to put in the steps to getting there. So apply, apply, apply. Interview, interview, interview. Read. Get on, learn different things about companies. If you have downtime, take some extra credit classes at your local community college. Volunteer. Get exposure to different things, but better yourself in any way that you can so that when your time comes, you are the most prepared for the job and you are ready for whatever is thrown at your way. And for my babies still in college, I cannot stress enough, figure out what it is exactly what you want to do after graduating and look up the steps to getting there. If you are in the STEM field and you're like, oh, I'm not going to go to graduate school right after graduating, you need to be looking up different certificates that you can possibly get while in undergrad, because just knowing getting out of college and finding a job is not easy. During your summers, you need to be interning, doing whatever you can to boost your resume, that when you get out, you have stuff on your piece of paper, your resume, that says you are qualified to work, that says you are better than the next man. Because if you don't, the struggle will be real. I'm telling you. So in college, if you're still in college right now, the best thing I can do is say get experience, get exposure, get as many internships as you possibly can that is related to the work field that you want to be in. So that's going to be all for this talk. College was a great experience. If you guys have any questions about college or any other ideas for college related videos that you would like me to do, please drop them in the comment sections below. I don't mind sharing anything at all. There will be more videos in the future about college, how I survived college, tips and tricks to survive college, things of that nature. I just really wanted to get this video out first simply because it is near and dear to my heart and it's something that I'm experiencing right now. And I feel like it's something that needs to be talked about because it's a lot of things that people are going through. So we've reached the end. I hope you enjoyed the video. In the meantime, stay blessed, drink your water, mind your business, and you get your hustle on, man. Get your hustle on. What is your favorite store? The grocery store, because I like to eat.